Alright, so I've had a couple questions about some of the interface options, getting the controls to work appropriately. This is a Raspberry Pi Zero that I put inside a Atari 5200 cartridge. I put like a real controller with it because, a lot of people want like this controller feel of some of the older games that were Atari and stuff that had like an actual physical controller instead of a thumb pad. I also have hooked up a keyboard. One of the menus was the Intellivsion. I tried to figure it out a little bit before I jumped in here, but it's still having issues with having functionality without having a keyboard connected. If you guys didn't see before, I'm gonna roll right over here. This is up here at the retropie.org.uk docs and Intellivsion. So this controller had, maybe I had it, let's see, here it is, a controller like this. So it had this used with your thumb, and then there were these buttons on the side you would shoot with and stuff, and the shooter jump, and there wasn't a whole lot to do with it. But the thing is, it had this numpad, so it had some functionality of being able to choose like 1-player, 2-player, or what version of the game difficulties and stuff with the numpad. So it makes it a little bit different to get that to work on a controller. So here's the basic layout, and then down here it talks about action buttons. Supposedly when you hit like activate mini keypad, I can't get it to come up, but you're supposed to be able to hit L or R, get a gamepad keypad to come up, and then you have your actions that you can choose to get through the menu system. When we go in here, and we'll choose like, the easiest game I think was Astro Smash, but I'm trying to think what the other person asked me about. But we'll load this up and I'll show you that can't really get top action, but top action button's left controller. So here's this, and if I hit just A, it automatically starts and I can shoot. And this does have sound, I just got to turn it down. But the left and right don't work on there. But on the keyboard, it does work. And I can shoot with the control button. So it's very... But then what I'm trying to figure out is, how do I get left and right on the controller to work, even though a button works, I can't. Left, right, A, B, X, Y, L, B, R, B, L, T, R, T, none of those allow it to move left and right, which I thought it would. Hitting the select button or the start button, I don't get a, I don't really get a menu that I thought it would talk about. Like a mini keypad. So I'm not sure what I'm talking. Anyway, if you are inside here, the F1, I thought escape was quick, but it's actually the F1. Takes you back out to the main menu. And yeah, so I have to look a little bit more and see if I can get the controller, but it looks like if you want to play Intellivision games, might be the best bet to use a keyboard. I have like A, B, X, and Y, but like they were pre-configured to have control as shoot and alt as some other things like jump, and then the keypad or the number arrow did the controls for it. So in saying that, the other thing was we're having some issues this, so I'll jump to my favorite games, and let's see if we can get the keyboard to work. Or I mean, so Rygar. Now again, I still have a keyboard, or I have like a little USB hub. A little USB hub that has a couple of ports, and then it allows me to have keyboarding and a controller simultaneously. So we need to get here. I can't hit select or start to add coins like you normally would. So, but I have a keyboard hooked up, so I hit the tab key and it brings up this. Now, general is what you want, not game. Game means I only want to set the controls separately or differently for this particular ROM, like just Rygar. So I'm going to go here, hit enter, and then this is the UI. You don't want to mess with that. But we want player one start. We want to be the start button on the keyboard. So I'm going to hit enter on the keyboard and then start on the controller. So now the button is set for the controller or that. I want coins. I'm going to hit enter on the keyboard and select on the joystick. Now still, I didn't mess with any of those other stuff. I'm just going to come down here. This already shows some settings, but we're going to hit enter on the keyboard, up on the controller, wait for it. It's sometimes a little laggy if it recognizes the up. Come on. So maybe it's not happy with this controller. I've done this before with this controller. Let's see if I got the, let's see, mode. Doesn't recognize any of the directions on this particular controller. So I could try, but I'll just hit up on the keyboard. Down, left, right. And this is still on. It let me hit the buttons, but didn't let me hit left and right on the controller. So here's where this is A button, or well, I would consider A button, but button 1. So we'll hit enter on the keyboard and then what we want to be. Alright. Button 2. And what I normally do here is the controller, the buttons that would be A, B, X, Y will be in order here. Button 1 will be A, B, X, Y. A, B, X, Y. Now if you have extra buttons like 5 and 6, it'll be L, B, and R, B. That's not right. Let's see, that one's right. No, that's right. Okay. That's that. That's that. That. So you got your different buttons. Escape. Escape. No. I just see select button. And that hits start. But of course I don't know if I can get. So unplug the controller. I'll go back in. It's not responding. Okay. So. Hit the tab key, go to input the general. Now, it didn't fix it. It looks like it may have changed these back, because there's that. So let's see if, nope, no select. Okay. It didn't save the settings. Save the settings. Alright, let me look into this for a few minutes here and see what I can figure out. Okay, so I've rebooted up here. And one thing I want to show under the MAME is that I didn't know I had what I had it configured as, but I definitely have it wrong here. So under MAME, if you select a game, it's still loading up, so anyway, let's say 1941. If you wait for the MAME logo to pop up here, I definitely have it the wrong emulator loading up for this on the Pi 0. So hit this, hit A. If you look, I have either MAME for all, which was the default, or LR MAME for all. Both are not the greatest in the world. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to go in, hit start, quit, emulationstation, and we're going to go out to the prompt. You can go through the menu, but on a Pi 0, it's best if you exit out of the GUI and then go into the RetroPie setup to download new versions of emulators and whatnot, because it's just going to take hey, there we go. So I'm here. So the one thing is I typed in ifconfig and I got my IP address. This is internal IP, so nobody should be in. But I type in ls, I get a list of what folders that are in here. So I type in cd and then capital R and hit tab dash and then a tab again on the RetroPie setup. So sudo / RetroPie setup. Then I'll go in here. I'm on the internet, so I should be able to download, like MAME 2003 is my preferred for certain old ones. As they get newer, you can get MAME 2010, MAME 2016, and as you can see, this is an much older version, but not a big deal. So we want to manage packages, optional packages, and then I think right here, yeah, I want this one. Oh, it says no. That's interesting. I didn't see it pop up though. That's what I wanted to choose. Via unknown. So let's do update from source. and see if it goes out to the internet and starts downloading and updates it and gets it going. So the RetroArch Core MAME 2003 is my favorite. Not only does it automatically, if you've set the RetroPie configuration controls up, it will map them over to this version of the thing, but of the emulator. But it will also you have like a better GUI interface that you can manipulate if you need to. So anyway, I want to go through this and let it do its thing. I'm going to stop the recording, and then as soon as it gets done, I'll pick up right where this leaves off, because this will take a little while, probably. I mean, it could take as long as 20 minutes, but we'll let it do its thing, and then it'll download, it'll recompile, it'll install it, then I'll have to go in, choose that as my emulator, but I'll show you all that. Anyway, I'm babbling. And this is like really boring stuff for most people watching. So I will be back. Alright, so now that that's done, we're going to go back. We're going to hit to the right on the keyboard, hit back. And, okay, so this says installed via source now. Back. Exit. We're going back into emulationstation. We're going to see if that's available for all games in the MAME area, and then we should be able to get the configuration working for it. There's a good chance that that particular emulator, since it just installed it, might not have the config file. So what we'll do is we'll reconfigure the controller in the GUI, hit save, and then try MAME. Alright, so I installed the MAME, and it doesn't show up as a choosable emulator for the arcade section. So we have to manually, we'll have to kind of get deeper in the weeds here and manually do that. So cd/opt RetroPie configs. Then we want arcade. So here's the for the arcade, the config file for the arcade category. If I type in nano, let's see if these are rooted or not. The emulator has the Pi as the owner, so I can just put nano emulators. Look at that though. I should have all these available, but they're not showing up. Interesting. There's all kinds to choose from. They're not commented out. The one I want is this one right here. Okay. So if I exit out here, I'm down at the bottom now. Emulationstation. Alright, we're back in the menu, and it's still loading up. So it's a Pi 0, so you gotta give it some chance to catch up. Oh, I'm in the main, I'm not in the arcade folder. Okay, that makes sense. Start with emulationstation and cd cd main. No, I think I'm in the main. I must be. Let's see. Slash RetroPie ROMs MAME. There's nothing inside there. It must be in the MAME for all folder. So the games are all in there. Okay. Clear ls. Okay. So, gosh, the easiest way would be c/home hi RetroPie. /ROMs MAME for all. Alright. There's an artwork folder in here, but I don't think it's LS artwork. Yeah. Nothing in there. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say mv for move *.zip to go back one folder to arcade folder, and then we'll wait. Oh well, that was fast. Let's see if it comes. Okay, so there's nothing in either one of those folders. No reason to move them. No reason to copy them. Whatever. So now if we go to LS Arcade, there'll be all these, and then when we go inside Emulation Station, instead of having a main category, we'll have an arcade category, and we'll have different emulators to choose from when we get there. Okay, we got it loaded up here. As you can see, the same amount, 271 games in here. So now when we go in here, let's see, we'll go to select. Maybe I hit hard enough. There we go. Yes. Go up to Rigor. First of all, we'll see what the default emulator is for all these. There we go. Okay. So LR main, this is exactly what I wanted. So I'll go down here and just say go ahead and launch. Alright. So I'm just going to move the keyboard out of the way. I'll blow up here, and we're going to see if automatically hitting coins works, hitting start works. Yeah, there we go. Jump. Oh. They're not next to each other. The jumping. Anyway, I'm sure you're bored of me. So I'm going to hit start select, X out, and everything is working as it should. So all I really need to do is be in the arcade folder, and you'll have the correct emulator on. Alright, I think that's enough diagnostics for the moment. Boring stuff, I'm sure, for some of you.